Welcome to the Dipped in Butter program. Welcome to the Dipped in Butter program presents new music reviews with Cat and Wes. My name is Cat. Over there, that is Wes. Today we got a heater for you. We are reviewing Tory Lanez Alone at Prom. This is Tory Lanez 80s style concept album, playing with some stuff, trying some stuff out. Tory Lanez is still canceled, so what better time than now to try something new?
See, now we got to talk about that right at the top of the joint. Like, is Tory really canceled any longer? Like, we talked about that a few months ago as well. Like, at this, we seen him in the club throwing dice with the Migos. Like, he be back around all the rapper friends that he had before. Like, seems like niggas have had conversations. Again, the whole court case thing seems to have disappeared, gone away. We don't know anything going on about Tory, and of course I don't want to start negatively on this thing about Tory. Yeah, I mean we definitely want to talk about the Alone at Prom album, but I love this project, fam. Like, what was the project that came before this one? And I told you I just wasn't. I was like, nah, fam, this is not the one. I can't. Playboy. Yes,
I liked Playboy.
I didn't.
I liked Playboy and Daystar.
Yeah, I thought he was on some sucker shit. I like Daystar more than I like Playboy, but Playboy hit, and I just thought he was on some sucker shit. I couldn't believe he was making these songs. I was like, Tory, what is wrong with you, fam? Like, you're not supposed to go out like it was making him look worse in the light than where he was already looking. And I didn't want to I didn't want to cancel him. I told you I was still in the ballpark. I had my tickets. I was just closer to the exit than I was to the stage. But now I'm back front row at the motherfucker. I got my umbrella up at the Tory concert, fam. I cannot wait for the Alone at Prom. I can't wait for him to come back out with the Jerry curl on, with the Fila gear,
to see the whole aesthetic
and the high socks.
Because we was talking on the podcast, you wasn't really like, where are you taking us, bro? Like, I need to hear this album. You're not giving me prom vibes. You're just giving me you put on a wig.
I still like I get the story of the Alone at Prom thing, but like he could have gave me a different title for this and I wouldn't have been upset. Yeah, I mean, but like
me neither.
11 tracks on this album. I love all 11 of these fucking songs on this album.
We got an 11 for 11
out of me.
You know how I know that you really enjoyed this album before you. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you off. You know how I know you really enjoyed this? Because you haven't even mentioned it's only 36 minutes.
Nope. I don't care.
It feel like 36
minutes. No, it does not. It takes you to a place, fam. You can really get lost in it now. The only issue that I can say that I have with this album is, one, I feel like I didn't hear this nigga say any of the words of these track titles. I feel like he never said any of these words that these songs are named after, and that's petty me. Yeah, I mean, just being that way.
You're killing me. You're killing me. I'll tell you why you're killing me. I feel like you're looking at my notes now. Like, now it's getting crazy.
Now it's getting creepy.
I wrote down, the only thing I hate about this album is the song title. These song titles are terrible. And I never thought I could ever be distracted by a song title. Like, who the fuck cares what it's called? But these song titles are so distracting.
Like, and maybe we'll have to bring Nico in on this one, fam. But I feel like this shit is named after sounds that are inside of the songs. They're not named after anything specific to the song. They're just like noises and like 80s themed things that are in these songs that he's decided to name the song after. So that's the one thing that I hate. Right. And I hate that almost all of these songs are in the same tempo range. Like, he doesn't really slow it down a lot, but I've noticed.
Don't really mess with the BPMs.
Yeah, I've noticed that particularly the ones that he did slow down, I do like a lot off of this album. So 11 for 11 out of me, man. I give Tory.
Now that we got the little bit of criticisms out the way, let's go full heavy on the praise real quick. Track 1, opening up and I don't mean to get into standouts already, but fam, track 1, Enchanted Waterfall. The way he started this album, fam, Enchanted Waterfall is fucking fire, bro.
I do a pod with you, bro, because I ran Enchanted Waterfalls back immediately. I said, if he keeps on this track the entire joint, I said, we got something here, fam. We got something here. And then because he went from Enchanted Waterfalls right to Pink Dolphin Sunset.
Every time I close my eyes, it seems like nothing else.
And I was like, yo, he's bugging.
Lavender Sunflower. I hate saying these names. Lavender Sunflower is fire.
That's
fam.
one of the 2 super standouts that I have on this album.
Sexy lady, what would you do if this goes right, girl?
Lavender Sunflower, and then the second one.
Super standout. Wait, you just invented a new category.
Super stand.
Does super standout mean what I think it means? Like, not only is it a standout, but you would take it and put it on another playlist.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, but like I'm gonna call it a super standout again because I like all 11 of these tracks. Like, and I don't even again, of course, but the ones that I like more than I like the base of the rest of them. So like Lavender Sunflower is one, and then Hurt from Mercury.
Giving all of my love, didn't do it, baby. Giving all of my love, didn't do it.
That goddamn number 10, he really
I like Hurt from
he went to another place on her, and I like how Last Kiss of Nebulon starts off. I thought it was going somewhere else, but he took me somewhere else, but I still liked where he took me. But Lavender Sunflower and Hurt from Mercury, chef's kiss to whoever put that shit together. And
not to be saying a bunch of weird words back to back, but Pluto's Last Comet also fire. Like, fam, he just okay. So let me just say this real quick while we still describing the album. I was worried as a Tory Lanez fan that he was getting distracted during the rollout of this, right?
Mhm.
Like, he was showing us the wig, he was giving us the looks, he had the brick phone, he was leaning up against the old school car. And somewhere along the line, I started getting worried as a huge Tory Lanez fan that are you so caught up in the aesthetic of this project that you're not paying
gonna
attention
miss. Yeah, don't miss
to
the
what
target.
this album is going to sound like? And first of all, let me just say, Daystar, I'm sorry. I was wrong. Because this is one thing you don't do when you don't play with a songwriter. Tory Lanez is a fucking songwriter, bro. And some niggas, the dream, certain niggas you just don't play with, bro. And Tory Lanez is one of them niggas. When it comes to that pen, he don't play.
And even,
bro.
we've I hate to do this here, but I feel like we haven't done it in a couple weeks. Just like we put Young Thug and The Boy in this category, that y'all could just give me a whole singing album. Daystar executed that thing. Yeah, I mean, like he absolutely executed that thing.
Can you imagine if he would have just gave us 87 Stingray and then give us no more of this?
Nah, it wouldn't.
We
It
would be
would.
mad.
Yeah, we'd have
Like,
been mad as hell. But like even like
Yeah.
that he dropped in the Lady of Namek, or however the hell you pronounce that shit, like
don't know how you
sounds
say that.
fire. With I didn't like Lady of Namek when I was like I don't know. Like it was
But in
cool,
the
but like
context of that album,
and then like
though,
but I'm on record on the pod also saying like sometimes they need to turn the auto tune down on Tory. Yeah, I mean, because he
Yeah,
is
'cause he can
truly
sing.
talented. Yeah, like if y'all just
Yeah.
turn it, so like that's always a turn off for me. But even though I still feel that way on this album, I do want to credit whoever the hell mixed this album because it sounds great.
Yeah, because this could have easily been. I didn't even write down that. I didn't write
It
down.
sounds great.
They could have fumbled
Yeah.
this right there
Yeah.
at the soundboard. They could have fumbled this. You are right,
Uh-huh.
because between the very sharp sounds of 80s beats, right, like the very sharp snare hits and drum patterns, and 80s music traditionally has a very sharp tone to it. And if you put that with today's mixing and mastering, it's not really built. The cleanliness of today's music is not really built for those sounds.
Right.
So they could have clashed.
Right.
They did a really good job of making that thing sound very palatable.
Yeah.
That's an excellent.
Yeah,
point.
absolutely.
I
They
did not
did. And like
think
I
about
say,
that.
my only other gripe was that, I felt like it was more up tempo on all of these songs. I wish he would have slowed it down, but he did slow it down in Lavender Sunflower. Like you say, and Hurt from Mercury, and I think that's why I really do enjoy those two. Because and like not even like the Ballad of a Bad Man is a really, really good song as well. Like the first time I listened to it, I was like, all right, cool. But the second time I listened to it, I was like, yo, he's bugging inside of this joint. But I again, into Tory, like say with this whole album of singing, I really want him to I want him to sing a motherfucking song for real and like really, really give it to niggas pause if necessary. But like,
fam, the low BPM songs where he really slowed it down, like he really gave me like 80s New Edition vibes,
absolutely,
bro. Like he really, really, really delivered
yeah,
that thing. And like we talked about before, we're both Tory Lanez fans. I am a big fan, I think you are too, of concept albums in general. Like I like 808s and Heartbreaks. I like Rebirth by Lil Wayne.
right.
I like Thugger Girls by Young Thug. Like when rappers get into the Andre 3000s, I think that's easy to say
For
that
sure.
if you like Andre's album, but like concept albums where rappers try something different and getting they singing or just you can tell when somebody is like really interested in what they're doing. You know what I mean? And I
Yeah.
can tell Tory got really involved in
Yeah.
this. Although I was skeptical at first,
For sure.
he gave it to me,
Yeah.
bro. He gave it to me, and I
I'm
appreciate
I'm
it.
on record being skeptical of mines, but I didn't write him off. I've never written him off, so I'm proud to say that. But like subsequently with me liking 11 out of 11 and the super standouts, I have no skippers on this album here.
I have
I
no
have no
skippers,
skippers
not a
here.
single one. Actually, in the place of my notes where I normally write my skippers, I wrote definitely will be returning to this
Oh
album.
yeah,
Like I
yeah,
can't
yeah.
wait to listen to this with my family. Like
Yeah.
I can't wait to put this on with my daughter in the back seat.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like it's been a while since we got one of
for
these. Like
sure.
we got it with the Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak recently. Like you can play that around the family, but I feel like you can play this around the
You can
fam.
absolutely
Like
play this around the
while you
fam.
decorate the tree, go
And
ahead, bro.
like
Like
you
this
say,
is
crazy that you
amazing.
said that, and I like say this is all freestyle, but that's what I thought about as well. Like, oh yeah, I'm definitely turning this on in the whip. Like, I got to hear that
Yeah,
in the whip for sure, for sure. Because
yeah.
again, you know, everything needs to pass a card test to a certain extent. But like, and not to that point though, Tory made me break out the second AirPod today, fam. Like once I start heard 1 and 2, I
Ooh,
said,
that's
"Oh no,
big.
no, 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 he's bugging." I gotta
That's
break out the
big.
second AirPod. Like the baby was talking to me. I don't know what you're saying to me right now because I'm listening to Tory. Like I got to get this 36 minutes off real quick, and like I had to listen to it with both AirPods in. So on the where we want to go production, fuck it, we'll go back to production. I'll give
Let's go
I'm
production.
back in my B category on this though. Great album, but I give production a B.
I'm at a B with this as
Yeah.
well. Like I said, that they really could have messed this up with chasing that 80s sound,
Hmm.
and I think that they did it good enough.
Yes.
Obviously, I think there's room for improvement on the 80s sound if you really want to be
Right.
really picky about it. But I found it to be 80s enough. And it was still 80s enough while still being palatable and enjoyable to where it's like, okay, fam, like this is so 80s, it's just novelty, and I don't want to hear this again. Like he walked that line very well for
Oh
me
yeah.
to where it's like you get the 80s vibes, but these are still songs I want to
Oh
hear.
yeah.
It's not just about fun and games.
Oh yeah. Oh, thumbs up on the album cover, Tory. My man. I feel like he like that really brings the Alone at Prom concept home. I think like it really, and maybe it gave me a topic. We'll talk about it on the podcast. Make sure y'all listen to that shit somewhere in there. But we'll talk about being alone at prom and being stood up at prom. But like I feel like he embodied
Ooh.
the title of what he was trying to get across. Again, you know, the song titles don't really do it, but like I like the album cover because it could have been another one of those missing photos that he was putting out. It's like, fam, what the fuck does this have anything to do with what you're trying to convey?
Big old thumbs down from me on the album cover. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I liked the Jerry Crow wig. Like, if you would have just gave me the weird picture of him in the Jerry Crow wig, I'd take that before. This gives me a headache. I don't like the blur. I don't like it. I hate this. I hated it when Lil Uzi and Big Pluto did it. Like, they did the whole motion thing. I don't like the motion thing. It makes my stomach hurt. And aside from that, it's not really that artsy, man. Like you did such a good job, right? Really encapsulating that 80s feel and the vibe of this album. And it just kind of feels lazy to me. That's all.
Yeah,
The thumbs down for me,
that's
bro.
all right.
I don't want to be too hard on it because I really enjoy this album. So
Nah,
I
for
don't even
sure.
want to say too many negative things in one breath.
Nah, that's all right.
But no, thank you on the album cover. I will be replacing mine in my Zune with you in that funny looking picture with the blue background.
That's funny. All right. So overall, out of 10, what you giving it?
I got a whole 9 for you, Tori.
My
I got a whole
nigga.
9. Like, fam, this is album of the year contention for me, bro. Like, this is really, really good. As a Tory fan, and let's say this on record on video. I want to thank you for bringing Tory Lanez into my life.
You're welcome.
Because you told me to try Tory Lanez. And I was like, the nigga that sound like Travis Scott, he can't be good. So you eventually got me to come around, and since then I've become a huge Tory Lanez fan. So as a Tory Lanez fan, I'm glad to be able to be in this part of the year in a celebratory mode when it comes to Tory Lanez.
Nah, that's legit as fuck. And I'm with you on that, fam. Tory gets a whole 9 from me as well. G, I am.
Ooh,
I thoroughly enjoy it. I can't give it a 10 because again, you know, there's some things that are, you know, missing that I would prefer to be on there, but a 9.
It's one of Tory's top albums.
That's high score Tory, fam. I believe that's the highest score we've given out since we started this music review so far. High score Tory at the 9, the double 9s for sure. Is definitely a high score. But I also, not only am I giving him a 9 because he did a great job with the album, but I'm giving him a 9 for really like throwing bows on a nigga whose whole like career is based off of putting out this 80s style music, and he could never give us anything like this. So Tory, Strong 9 from me, bro, because you know I hate that other guy, and it makes me hate him even more because you can't do this, bro.
You can't do this.
He should call Tory. Is what I came to the conclusion of at the end of this album, because he could never.
There's a certain somebody out there that gets to bask in a lot of success that maybe needs to humble themselves and call Tory. We ain't gonna say no names.
Say no names.
We'll leave it right there.
I'm not gonna say that we're recording this close to the weekend, but we won't say a name of an artist.
Thank you, Tory Lanez, for this. Congratulations.
Absolutely.
For Alone at Prom. Excellent job, bro. We can't wait to see you next year because I think the resurgence is coming.
Yes.
The baby's starting to get invited to festivals. Tory Lanez is next in line, and we cannot wait to see you on stage.